Hi, this is Joe Serta, President of NAIFA-Indiana, welcoming you to the September edition of NAIFA-Indiana This Month, your video newsletter. Well, the dog days of summer certainly lived up to their reputation for scorching temperatures and high humidity throughout the month, not to mention drought-like conditions. But your professional organization remained active. NAIFA National held a superb virtual Performance Plus Purpose meeting August 17th through the 19th, and NAIFA-Indiana hosted its first post-pandemic golf outing August 26th at the Golf Club of Indiana, and what an outing it was. Our 25 foursomes had a great time, made possible by 35 sponsors and more than a dozen volunteers. The weather even cooperated. Please enjoy the following video synopsis.
Thanks a lot for coming out here to Golf Club of Indiana. We've got a beautiful day for you today. We actually did not get that much rain yesterday, believe it or not. It missed us completely. So you guys have a really, really nice golf course out there in great shape for you.
The first thing I want to do is thank everybody here. This is our big fundraiser for NAIFA. This organization I've been involved with since 1994, 1995, is really the vanguard in terms of standing up to this industry. If you're in this industry and you're not a part of NAIFA, I ask you to please look at us and consider us. We are the thin blue line that protects this industry. Our local organization, this year we're active on the local legislative end. You're going to be seeing long-term care go to Deficit Reduction Act, which is huge. Big battle in the state legislature over it. NAIFA was involved. A new bill giving doctors 30 days to submit APSs after request. Again, brought to you by NAIFA-Indiana. So take a look at us and some of the things we do.
Teams tied at 18 under. We go through the hardest handicap hole, going forward to the second hardest, the third, and the fourth. So we went to the fourth hardest hole. We really want to thank you for the support. Even though it was a fun day for everybody, the monies that you brought into us really helps us out. Thank you. My applause to everybody. September is Life Insurance Awareness Month, so for this month's sales tip, we are joined by longtime MDRT member Greg Scherschel of Columbus, Indiana.
Greg, welcome to NAIFA-Indiana this month.
Thank you.
Greg, September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. You are one of the state's top life insurance producers. What tip can you give our members that will help them sell more of this vital product?
Well, I'm going to be pretty simple about this. The first thing is make sure it's the right amount. Whether that's to cover the mortgage, to fund college, to replace lost income, obviously, make sure that it's the right amount and don't back down on that. The second is it doesn't matter whether it's term insurance, permanent insurance, universal life, or some kind of a combination. The important thing is it has to be the right amount, because if I ever have to hand a check to a widow or a widower, I want to make sure it's the right amount. They're not going to ask what kind of insurance it was. They just want to know, are we going to be okay? And I want to be able to say, yes, at least financially, you're going to be okay because you did the right thing. Now, that said, I like permanent insurance, but I also like term insurance. And it kind of depends on what their cash flow is, what kind of plans they have available, how long do they think they're going to need it. But again, the most important thing is the right amount. Typically, I will sell combination plans. I'll sell some permanent insurance and term insurance. And the amount is generally based on what kind of a budget do they have to work with at this time. If they need a lot of coverage and cash flow's real tight, we might go all term. Or if cash flow's pretty good, then we'll include some permanent insurance, maybe all permanent insurance. In most cases, it's going to be a combination of permanent and term designed to meet the need, but within the limits of their budget. And that's about all I have to offer.
Thanks, Greg. That was a fantastic tip. I'll bet our members will be able to use it to sell more life insurance starting today. The golf outing was the first major in-person event we've had since the pandemic, but it won't be the last. On September 16th, we'll be hosting another of our 4-hour continuing education sessions starting at 8:30 in the morning. Topics will include Life Insurance, an Essential Planning Tool by longtime MDRT producer Paul DeCourcy. Special Needs Planning by the nationally renowned Gordon Holmes, and Planning for Business Owners by Aaron Miller. I am pleased to report that at long last, this session will be available both in person and virtually. Although seating for the live event will be expanded, it will be limited, so register early by going to NAIFA-Indiana.org. On September 28th, we're going to gather in person for our annual meeting at the Bluffs at Connor Prairie in Fishers. We'll have our annual meeting from 3 p.m. until 4:30 p.m., where the trustees will report to the members and will elect our officers for the coming year. Nominees this year include Daniel Stallings for president, Jeremy Stackhouse as president-elect, Zeri Lete as secretary-treasurer, and I have been nominated for the most desired position of all, immediate past president. We'll also have a town hall meeting where you, our members, can ask questions and raise issues with our NAIFA-Indiana leaders. At 5 p.m., we'll have a reception, and at 6, we'll have a banquet remembering the late Jack Peckinpah, honoring all past recipients of the Hoosier Life Underwriter of the Year, later named the Associate of the Year Award, named in his honor, and presenting this year's Jack Peckinpah Award to Kyle Sear. It should be a great day, and to top it all off, it will be free to NAIFA-Indiana members. I'm really looking forward to this. For those of you who haven't attended an annual meeting or the Jack Peckinpah banquet, here's a glimpse of past events.
Jack Peckinpah, our colleague, for whom this award is named, has set the bar for service to the industry and its clients.
For the first time in more than a year, we will be able to gather as a group at our annual meeting to celebrate our successes and plan for the future. I hope to see you all there. It's no secret that eliminating local chapters hurt our ability to attract and retain new members. But under the leadership of Jeff Goralczyk, the NAIFA-Indiana Membership Committee has embarked on an aggressive recruitment program that is having success. Joining us today is the chair of the membership committee, Jeff Goralczyk. Jeff, welcome to NAIFA-Indiana this month.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for having me.
You'll be giving a full membership report at our annual meeting September 28th. Can you give our members a preview now?
Absolutely. So year to date right now, we are at 310 members in NAIFA-Indiana, and that's down about 16 members year to date. But we've had 6 new members join in the last few months. And we've also had 5 reactivate this year with that. So our goals this year were to reach 330 members with that. And we started the year out at 326. So we were trying to have a +4 with the membership on that. So that's where our goals lie. And I believe that's a very achievable goal. So one of the things that we're looking at and attempting to do personally myself is that I'm continuing recruiting in my own agency, but also in the area I service up in Northeast Indiana. So that's one of the things that's just going in and doing some drop-ins to local insurance agencies or independent agents in the field of insurance and advising with that. And I think one of the biggest things that we implemented this year that's really going to help with membership is that every member of the NAIFA board of directors has committed to bringing in 1 new member this year with that. And so far, that's been a success as we just implement this here July 1st. And we've already had 4 board members that have brought in a member. So that was very positive and encouraging. And one of the biggest things I would say that the membership could do for us is that there's very few people that are work in their own office by themselves. So one of the biggest things I would ask the membership to do is ask that person that you work with in your office to join NAIFA. Explain to them what it is and why they need to join and why you're a member of NAIFA. But if you are one of those individuals that are truly by themselves, go down the street. You probably pass 2 or 3 to the local coffee shop or on the way to lunch, or on the way home, different offices, and just take 5-10 minutes and stop in one of those offices and ask to strike up a conversation about NAIFA.
That sounds like a great program, Jeffrey. What can our members do to help?
Well, that's the biggest thing is just going out there and having that conversation and explaining that to that individual with that, and bringing up NAIFA and making sure that they have the knowledge that NAIFA is out there and why they're individually asking and why they're a member of NAIFA, and explaining that. It's a pretty simple ask. It's just a matter of going out there and explaining why do you invest in NAIFA, and explain that to the prospect.
NAIFA National has some big events coming up. Here to share with us is Suzanne Carawan, Vice President of Marketing and Communications at NAIFA National. Suzanne, welcome to NAIFA-Indiana this month.
Well, thank you, Joe. I'm really excited to be here as always. I have just a few new things that are coming up that I want to make sure that NAIFA-Indiana hears. And in many cases, you're going to hear this first. So first and foremost, a big thank you to all of you who came out to join us for the 2021 Performance Plus Purpose. And here's some new news. The 2022 Performance Plus Purpose is going to get totally rebranded, and it's going to be held, we hope, with all things going well, in Arizona next August. So you can join us at the Arizona Biltmore, which is a beautiful property, and you will not want to miss this one because this is going to be an amazing event that's fully focused in on sales professional development. So we're really excited about seeing that one come up, and we're going to start seeing that and maybe start getting some trailers out, and maybe NAIFA-Indiana will get the first dibs on understanding how beautiful this property is if you haven't had the pleasure of being there. But we finished up a great P+P, and we want to thank everyone for supporting that effort. The real exciting thing that's coming up is September 9th is going to be our kickoff nationally for a brand new membership push, a big membership campaign that's going to come out, that's going to have all sorts of contests involved in it. And it's really going to get to the heart of what we do at NAIFA, which is advocacy. So I want you to join me and know that this is coming, and you're going to all be a part of it. I think everybody's going to enjoy it. But at the end of the day, while that's a fun event, it's really serious right now that we all get involved in NAIFA. Yeah, as you know, it's political math. And we need volume. There's power in numbers, and the legislation that's out there needs all of us to be able to come together and have one unified voice for Main Street USA. You'll see that. Join me. You'll start to pick up some of the stuff, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and be part of the movement as we grow NAIFA. The other piece I wanted to let you know is just a gentle reminder. We are going to extend the deadline. You guys hear it first for some of the awards that are coming up. But keep in mind that there are many national awards, which gets you crazy good publicity in Advisor Today. It gets you publicity out on social media. You can certainly use it for your prospects and your clients. And I'm sure NAIFA-Indiana will also promote you. But the awards of National Quality Awards, 4 Under 40 Awards, the Diversity Champion of the Year, and the Young Advisor Team Leader of the Year, all 4 of these award categories are currently open, and you can nominate and you can apply right now. That deadline is going to be extended, but go ahead and get into your application, because we want to be able to reward and recognize and publicize as many NAIFA members as possible. And the last thing I just wanted to let everybody know is that in terms of the next big meeting that we'll be able to do again in person, we're looking to go together to Washington, D.C. this December 6th through 8th for our National Leadership Conference. This is going to be a great time to bring together our leaders, et cetera, to come together nationally. And this is where we're going to be able to this year bestow upon these awards. So we are going to have, again, recognize the National Quality Award winners, the YAT Leader of the Year, the Diversity Champion of the Year. The John Newton Russell Award will be given. And this year we have a brand new award. If you haven't heard of it, just know that we have a new IFA-PAC award that we're going to give in honor of Terry Headley. And this will be awarded to somebody who's made huge strides and huge gifts to the IFA-PAC initiative. And so we're excited to be able to do that for the first inaugural time of the Terry Headley IFA-PAC Defender Award. And all that will happen in Washington, D.C. this December. I hope to see you there. And if nothing else, where you really want to be is next August in Arizona with us at the Biltmore. So with that, Joe, I'll turn it back over to you and say thank you as always for having me on the show, and go to Indiana.
Thank you, Suzanne. In addition to our September events, mark your calendars for October 21st at 9 a.m. when we'll have a broadcast CE on annuities by Dr. Mike Fink, whose study of finances and aging led directly to congressional approval of qualified longevity annuity contracts, otherwise known as QLACs, and our half-day CE, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., November 18th. And at 2 p.m. on September 23rd, Coventry Direct, one of NAIFA's sponsorship partners, will co-host a virtual executive roundtable with Carol Golden, Executive Director of NAIFA's Limited and Extended Care Planning Center. They'll be discussing life settlement trends, which is a growing planning opportunity for today's advisors. Click the link in the email to register. I would be remiss if I didn't mention our many members, their families, and their clients who have been affected by wildfires in the West and floods and hurricanes in the South and East. We can never predict these natural disasters, but our members have helped millions prepare for them by providing the right financial and risk management advice and by tirelessly working to resolve claims. Our thoughts and prayers are with those who have experienced loss and disruption, and our commitment to help them recover has never been stronger. We've been through a lot this year, but together we can take on anything.